The integrity of a structure depends on two key components, a detailed plan and a strong foundation. And if done well, a structure can withstand both time and the elements and offer lasting value. Just as it is with constructing a sturdy footing, we are to lay a solid foundation with the children that God has entrusted to us. At Trinity, we seek to follow God's plan to build a solid foundation in our children, a foundation built on the pillars we hold dear: wisdom, virtue, purpose, and courage. None of us is ever really prepared for all that it will take to shape young hearts and minds for life. It takes careful thought and planning to educate a child. It takes wisdom to parent a child, and we hope that it is wisdom that, in turn, takes root in our children.
Well, before Trinity, I was homeschooling for 10 years. My kids went to a Christian private school, which at the time, I thought all our kids were going to graduate from. I had graduated there, my husband graduated there. It was a real family to us, but when that didn't end up working out, when the school suddenly sold, I wasn't really sure if we'd be able to find that same family feel. Trinity is unique in so many ways in my family's life because it restored a sense of community to us. And not only did the Lord restore it in our lives, but it truly is so much richer. It has really increased my kids' academic understanding. It has pushed them further, and I thought they were being pushed. I was pretty satisfied with their school experience up until that point, and it has pushed them so much further. Sometimes when you peek behind the curtain, it can be a little disappointing in time. And though I don't expect any place to be perfect, that'll come someday when we get to glory, but the people are truly loving. They're truly caring, behind the scenes. Everybody is working to better themselves. And that has encouraged me to want to better myself. I don't know if there's anybody here that's not ridiculously grateful to be here, because I don't know when that's going to wear off, and it probably won't.
With our tuition assistance and scholarship program, Trinity Education is within reach for those families who are willing to sacrifice to ensure an outstanding education for their children.
Before coming to Trinity, we had just a general uncertainty over our children's academics.
We believe that before Trinity there was no certain direction or cohesion, and now we believe we have found that what the kids need. Yes, it's been a challenge, but the dividends have been phenomenal. I mean, you can see our kids, if we took them out of here, they would not be the same kids anymore. They would not. We would lose them. I know we would lose them, meaning their personalities would change, their whole dynamic would change. I mean, you talk to other parents, they go, how many kids do you have? We have 3. Oh, because they're doing the math in their head, but honestly, they have sat with us every year and said, okay, what can we do to help? When we were first deciding to come here, we knew it was going to be a financial challenge. And we actually had their college money. We had an account we've been saving. It wasn't huge, but it was there. And we said, we're going to take this out. And that's what I was saying. We're investing in their future now ahead of time to get them here, to get them in this door. And God has provided for 3 years now.
What we didn't realize, what we were getting into with Trinity, is that you're not just paying for the education. You're getting so much more than you could ever imagine. Our children are surrounded by friends who have the same values, by families who have the same values. Their teachers, as their mentors, holds them accountable, and they look up to these teachers because the teachers have this way of teaching that makes our children fall in love with them. All of that is something that you can't put a price on, because you can't even ask for it. It just is here. It just exists. And once you come here, you fall in love.
Laying a firm foundation always begins with a detailed plan. God has a purpose in life for each and every one of us. As families, it is our charge to find the unique purpose for each of our children.
I was very pulled as a mom before we found Trinity. And the reason being is I had a spot, and I was very sure about the spot for Chaz and Charlie. I loved Trinity. The moment I stepped foot in the information meeting, I knew that's where we would go. But there was no spot for Stevie. And so over the last 6 years of her life, I've searched for the best programs and opportunities for her. And at the time, 2 years ago, when Chaz and Charlie started Trinity, Stevie was homeschooled. Every day when we'd eat breakfast, the kids got their backpacks and we'd walk out that door, and
she knew what was going on.
Yes, she would stand there and cry every day. You know, sometimes I'd even take her with me and we'd drop off Chaz and Charlie. When Liz saw her, one day I found this out later, that she told Megan Howell, she said, that is the next group of kids we need. When I went to the parent-teacher conference, Miss Montano and Mrs. Andolino were there. And Miss Montano cried because she was saying, Lord, am I doing enough? Now, when you have a teacher for your child, as a mother, you cry, Lord, am I doing enough? Show me what I can be doing. But to have a teacher be saying the same prayer, that is enormous.
What I see with Stevie going to Trinity is another level of confidence. You know, she's proud to get up and put her uniform on. She does it herself. She goes to the car. She gets herself in the car now, puts the seatbelt in.
When Stevie started the Imago Day program, and it was our first day of school, it was wonderful to see 3 backpacks lined up by that door with all their names on it. And we ate breakfast, and we headed towards the car, and she was in her uniform, and you would have thought she was in a fancy dress. And driving there, I cry all the time, and of course, I'm looking back in my rearview mirror, and I see all my kids, all 3 of them. And I was so grateful that finally, they're all in one spot. I don't have to worry about anybody anymore, and we're headed in the right direction.
The mission of Trinity Classical Academy has remained unchanged since our founding, to offer a challenging education grounded in the Christian faith and the classical tradition to produce young men and women of virtue, wisdom, purpose, and courage. By holding to that grand plan, we at Trinity hope to build a firm foundation in this next generation that comes through our doors, so that they might stand strong in the faith and have a godly impact on our world.